Maybe. Let's see. Oh, wait. Till I see that I'm... Alright, for sure. We are live. Awesome. Hello, everyone. I'm Dshana. I run this game, Beyond Oasis, a little bit. I am currently 4th place on the any percent board. But more than anything, I am super excited to show this game off. This is one of my favorite Sega games of all time. Not a lot of people that I know of have even heard of it. It was basically Sega's answer to The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. It's not quite the same game. It's more of like a combination top-down RPG and fighting game. So you can do some cool combos and stuff. We're going to be going around picking up some elemental spirits to help us on our quest. And yeah, so I'm going to SGC for our SegaCrew is our name here. Wish me luck. I'm going to try and explain the game as I go. I'm going to try and play it somewhat fast, but I know SEGATHON is kind of relaxed, so I'm actually even going to let us watch the cutscene. Hopefully this is not too big a deal. I really like the pixel art in this. And I never get to let it run, so I'm going to. Some gorgeous pixel art. So you got Prince Ali here. He's the Prince of the Kingdom, and he went out on a mission to go treasure hunting and looking for old ancient treasures. And he came across this cave, and he found this golden armlet, which there's legends about. It is a magical artifact that allows the wearer to govern... Ooh, good RNG on this fish here. The wild spirits of the world, so... we're coming home to the village, and the first thing that happens when Ali shows up is there's monsters attacking the town. That's not a good sign, right? No, it's not. So you see me doing this flip attack a lot throughout the run. You do this by inputting left, right, left, or up, down, up, and then attack. And he'll do that sort of flipping in the air motion, attacking the bad guys. It can do multiple hits. It makes you invincible through the duration, so it's really good. We're going to take full advantage of that. That's one of those like fighting game moves that I was talking about. So you can do a horizontal jumping slash. You can do a vertical jumping slash either direction. You've got spin attack. And then if you combine the two, you can do a triple spin that doesn't go up as high, and that's a boss killer. All right, so our teacher told us, let's go check on our family. If the monsters are attacking the village, then maybe they're attacking the capital. So go check on your dad and sister. So off we run. A lot of this game in the speedrun comes down to your movement tech. As you notice, I'm running through basically everywhere that I can, and it's a lot faster than walking. To run in this game, you double tap in a direction, and if you do a screen transition, you lose all of your momentum and need to do the double tap motion again. So for a lot of people who don't like doing like a repetitive button inputs, this game is not the most appealing. But if that small hurdle isn't too much, there's a lot of little optimizations that you can do that make it a lot of fun, like the running. And then, so I'll show up here, I'm going to drop off this cliff, and you'll watch he does a pretty long animation where he crouches down, and then he jumps off. I will do my best every time I hit one of those ledges. If you hit the jump button, a couple of frames after he starts that crouching animation, you will skip it entirely. And throughout the course of the run, the number of times you're jumping off of cliffs, it can save minutes, probably. Not just another little minor optimization. I really like stuff like that. Movement is key to a good speed game for me. But beyond this as a speed game, it's a gem. It's a highlight of the Sega Genesis. Look at, like, it's got 3D platforming, it's got special moves, the sound design is amazing. Go on and on about how great this game is. Everybody needs to play it. And for those of you Sega aficionados, there was a sequel on the Sega Saturn. It was also really good. That's technically a prequel, but one of those sequel prequels. Legend of Oasis. So I'm going to be picking up an elixir here. We're going to use that for a neat glitch from 2/3 of the way through the game, so I have to be sure that I do not take any game over damage up to that point. So I'll be doing a couple of safety strats, like you don't normally grab this fish from that guy. Little bits of extra healing are going to come in handy. This guy always holds the golden key. Come up here. And we're about to see the first boss of the game. He's a gigantic crab. A little slash at him until he jumps. I messed it up. So we're going to do that spin attack right as he's landing. Did the wrong one. Because we get iframes during the spin animation, and we can just kind of come down. That wasn't the best fight, but that was pretty good. In theory, you can do that in the second jump as he's landing. You can get him killed. So we come to our first of the 4 elemental spirits, Ditto, the water fairy. She is in a casual run through the most useful spirit in the game because she can heal you, and not dying is supremely important. When you get them, they'll go through this explanation telling you what all of their different abilities are. Ditto can heal. She can throw out a bubble that paralyzes enemies. And then she has a charge move that will do a water spout tornado that bounces all around the room and does pretty good damage. In the speedrun, we do not upgrade the spirits at all. We're just trying to get through it as fast as we can. But there are hidden gems for each of the 4 spirits hidden throughout the world. And every time you pick one of those up, you get a little bit of extra magic power. The spirits do more damage, heal more, all that. So you pick up a few of those, and what is essentially like a healer class, she starts to do some real good damage. We're coming here to second dungeon. We're going to be picking up our second spirit, a fire spirit. Use Ditto's bubble to open up the waterfall. Then we're just going to head straight on into the boss, essentially. I'm skipping all of this stuff. There's lots of cool corridors, nooks and crannies to explore in this game, and unfortunately I will be exploring none of them. I didn't mean to get by the fighter. There is a 100% category for this game on speedrun.com that essentially nobody plays, but involves grabbing all of those gems that I was talking about. Oh, I did not time that correctly. Alright, we're back. This is going to be faster. This is marathon luck in action. You love to see it. So what I was trying to do there, which we'll hopefully do this time, run up against the wall, and when we dismiss the spirit, a little water droplet actually has weight to the physics, and so hits that switch. Lets us just walk in. The intended route is there's a switch, a second switch that you step on, and it drops a little little urn. You can then roll onto the switch and open the door, and that takes a lot of time. All right. So we're going 3 cycles for this boss. I messed up a little bit on my second cycle by getting smacked. Spooky skull guy. Oh no. We're gonna do 4 cycles? Oh, okay, we got it at the end of 3. Cool. So, now we're gonna grab Ifrit, our fire spirit. He is the one that we use the most in the speedrun. He attacks enemies just passively when he's near them. He can breathe fire, he can turn into a fireball and shoot across the screen. And he does a cool little explosion attack as his charge. Right, so after you pick up Ifrit, in the intended route, you have to go through a couple of extra dungeons before you can move on to where the third spirit is. But we don't like doing that. We want to go fast. So we're just going to break the game a little bit and do something that's totally what the developers intended you to do, I'm sure. It might be a little subtle, so tell me if you don't see it when I get there. It's kind of funny that this glitch that I'm about to do even works, because this game is programmed extremely tightly. When you do your screen transitions, it resetting your velocity, so you have to do the run over again, is actually like a safety mechanic to make sure that you don't get placed into spots you're not supposed to. Like this. This is supposed to happen, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we're going to be doing some marathon safety saves here. If I was doing a PB attempt, then I would be doing this next screen a lot faster and with no saves, but for marathon luck, I'm going to do this smooth and slow, walk along the cliff, abusing the game's actually quite well-designed Z level. There's a semi-3D-ness to this game, and so what's happening is the game thinks that I am on a completely different part of the map than what I actually am, and allows me to walk through these hard barriers. Here we go. We're going to do some fun out-of-bounds shenanigans. Okay, we do 3 jumps to the right, then we run up. There, you cannot tell where your character is, so this part of the run involves memorization. It's not too bad. I've got it down, but I've done it a lot. I'm gonna run until we hear him scream. We jump to the left and run up. Yes, every single person needs to put this at the top of their Sega Genesis Mega Drive list if you have not played it. I cannot stress enough how much fun this is as a casual game. It's approachable. It's got a great story. The controls are fantastic. They take a little bit to, you know, kind of click, but once you get them, they're really, really good. Jump, jump, jump. Okay, this part's a little bit tricky because we're definitely doing what they want us to do. And we're in. All right, I have skipped a good hour of the game, casually. And we've sequence braked past quite a bit. And so we're just going to do this next dungeon as if we're supposed to be here. Kill a couple of wizards, grab a key. Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards. Oh, that bomb doesn't normally hit me. Interesting. Alright, there's a couple of guys in here we're going to take out. Or get smacked by the sword guy, I guess. Grab our key. A couple of setup things here. We're going to summon a Freet. We're going to grab a lettuce and a bomb. Use those bombs much later in the game. We do need them. Swap to our sword. Also highly recommend, if you play this game, to do so with a 6-button controller with the mode button. That's how I'm swapping weapons without going into the menu. With a 3-button controller, you have to go to the menu to change your weapons, use your items, you know, everything. Much more frustrating to play it that way. But we're going to let Efreet handle this, because he can't die, and we can. I guess he can run out of SP in theory. We just need to kill this purple silver knight guy. That's pretty good. Overall, not a bad section here. So we're going to move on to what is potentially one of the hardest parts of the speedrun and is not super enjoyable casually. There's a snake fortress. Doing some running around here, doing our best to avoid taking hits like that one and that one. The enemies can hurt each other like that. That bomb guy just blew up his friend. Thank you. Some quick clip offs, lift ups. My health is low, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna pretend I don't hear the ominous beeping. I'm gonna pick up the strongest sword in the game that is not a hidden weapon. So one thing to note, I haven't mentioned it, all of the weapons in this game, except for the knife that I mostly use, have limited durability. This is Breath of the Wild in the 90s. We're going to take a marathon safety strat here. Summon Ditto, and use some of my SP to heal. So that heart you see that just dropped, when you're playing casually, you want to grab every one of those that you can. That's essentially a level up. There's a minor RPG element to this when it comes to leveling up your spirits and your guy. That gives you more HP and more SP to use. It makes surviving a lot easier, but it slows down the speedrun. We don't pick up anything we don't need, typically. Safety save. Alright, so this fortress is very difficult to do quickly in a speedrun sense. We are going to do our best. Cool. If you get stuck on the wrong side of those fires after you kill the guys, you got to kill more guys. And if you mess it up after that, you got to kill more guys. So you get one chance there. If you mess up those 3 guys with the spears, that's a dead run. Start over. The time loss is pretty great. I'm trying to send him to the left. So Ifrit's kind of hard to control with the little fireball move there. But as I was saying, with the limited durability weapons, there's an infinite use weapon of each type. Well, I guess of the major weapon types, there's a oh no, there's a bow. There's some bombs. There's a couple of bows actually. A couple of swords. One of them is a fire sword called the Omega Sword, and it is the strongest in the game by far. And to get the infinite use Omega Sword, there's a 100 floor dungeon with bosses every 10 floors where you are not allowed to use items through the entire thing. The item use is just turned off. It's super like fun, awesome challenge. I think was what really sold me on the game as a kid, that there was just like this awesome mega dungeon essentially to do. Takes way too long to do in a speedrunning setting. But the weapon is well worth it. If you are playing through the game for the first time, I would hunt it out. So we gotta light a couple of these bonfires. It's very laggy to do this explosion, but it is also consistent. Come on, Ifrit, move over. You know you want to. Grab those grapes. I apparently missed both. That's interesting. Oh, can I grab this? Nope, can't. Oh, the spike's really hurting too. Alright, I swear. I know how to play this game. And if it doesn't look like it right now. And I wish we could just skip all those levels and grab this sword. That would make me be happy. We don't even get to use like a non-infinite version of the Omega Sword in the speedrun because there's only a couple of them that you can grab. And one of them is actually... there's consumable items throughout the game that are called, oh no, spirit calls. So you can get, oh gosh, that's this bad. So you can get like, sure, Shade Call to summon Shade, Ditto Call to summon Ditto, Ifrit, etc. But if you put those items down on the ground instead of using them from your item menu, and then you throw your spirit ball at them, it will summon the spirit that's associated with them, but it will also turn that item into something special that is related, and I messed that up, to that item. And so if you summon Ifrit from an Ifrit call, it will give you an Omega Sword. If you summon Ditto from hers, it's an elixir. Shade gives you... I can't remember what Shade or Bow give you now, but yeah. Fun fact, if you're playing through the game casually, did not know that, you can get some free, pretty awesome items from using your calls that way. Coming to the end of Snake Fortress. I had to use a lot of items, but we'll do alright. There is a theoretical one-cycle kill on this boss. It involves having a little bit of luck. There is a bit of randomness to the amount of damage that your weapons do. In general, you're going to do pretty consistent, same amount every hit, but it can vary. And so if you get a lucky couple of damage hits on this guy, you need to do one more hit than that too. You need to hit it 4 times and get lucky, and you can kill him in one cycle. The problem here, he sticks out his tongue, which is the only part he can be hurt, pretty quickly when you drop in, and then it's completely random. He could... there is a... oh, talking. Got him. He will continue to bounce around like this and chase you for a very long time if the RNG just decides it doesn't like you. So that could also be a run killer. Right, we're going to pick up this item here that lets us open these little scars. I'm going to start teleporting around the world. Got the warp device, it's called. You notice how much quicker those cliffs are than when I don't press the jump button. It's kind of crazy how much time you can save. We're moving on to the next spirit that we will be getting. Shade is his name. He lives in a volcano that's guarded by a dragon. This stupid mosquito. Out of here. Mosquitoes will get in the way of your spirit ball and actually stop you from summoning. So it's not a waste of time to kill him, hopefully. We want to have Ditto because, well, you'll see when we get to the boss. I don't really use her up until that point. I might throw some SP and some healing if I get low. Just let that guy hit us. That was intentional. Safety save. We'll grab a safety onion here as well. All of the healing items in this game are percentage based. So that's either 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, or 100% of whichever given thing you're healing, HP or SP. That onion is a 3/4 heal of both. Very good item. Ah, bats! Bats are surprisingly dangerous in this game. If you let them get out of control, they will kill you. Take another hit. Easiest way to get through those big night guys when you're just trying to pass is to let them hit you. Don't dodge my sword. It's rude. Let me grab this I might want that cheese. Nah, not gonna be worth it. We'll be alright. Be alright. I believe in the marathon luck going my way for once. Alright, we're gonna do one of my favorite techs in this entire game here. The first of many bomb jumps. Hey, that's a fun dungeon you had. It'd be a shame if I just, you know, skipped all of it with one bomb. Grab the key to the boss room. As that is the key that we need to get into the boss room, so we're not doing any of the rest of this dungeon, of which there is plenty. Spikes carry us. Here comes the most important bomb jump of the game, and one of the most difficult. I think I only have one shot at it. How many hyper bombs do I have left? I have 3. Alright, so yep, that was it. We're doing this the slow way. Let's heal it up. And when I say slow, I do mean slow. It's unfortunate. So you can skip this entire room by doing that bomb jump if you do it right. And otherwise we're going to be taking some real slow floating platforms. We're going to be taking some real slow moving platforms. Come on, wizard guys, this is something else right now. I didn't realize that I had started running there. Oops. Cool. This was what I was... Oh my gosh, I was really afraid of this. This room really sucks if you're not doing it the fast way. We'll make it. We'll make it. The amount of time... it's literally minutes. You save minutes of time by doing that bomb jump. Alright, we're here. In theory, the bomb should have planted me over to the right side and then I jump up. That's fine. So, Ditto. How does she trivialize this boss? Well, she lets me freeze him, and then I can put him into a corner. And yeah. What is one of the more tough bosses? Oh, I had the wrong sword equipped. He becomes pretty easy. I was wondering why it took so many hits. Okay. Somebody else has played this game? I'm not the only one? It's so good. Alright, so we killed the dragon. We'll heal up here because these rooms give you infinite SP. We will grab our third spirit and then be on our merry way. Well, Mating 420, I would highly recommend picking a copy up and playing through it again. Either way, one of my favorites. I love it. So Shade is, interestingly enough, the only... Oh, I'm sorry if my mic is cracky. Didn't seem like it on my end. I apologize. Shade only has 2 moves, unlike every other spirit that has 3. He can do a move that crosses gaps for us that we are going to take advantage of quite a bit. And then he has a... Trying to think and talk and play at the same time. It's all a hassle. I apologize. The charge attack for Shade, it's not an attack at all. Oh, missed the jump. It puts Ali into a sort of like trance state, makes him invincible and able to walk around and see things that are hidden. We never use that in the speedrun. It has no use, but it can find a lot of secrets in the base game. We messed up this platforming section real bad.
Welcome to the ongoing saga.
Now we're going to talk to another hermit. This is not the same one from the beginning of the game, even though they look very similar. Going to give us a ring. I think it helps you heal HP over time. I'm actually not sure. I talked to him one time too many. Oops. Okay. So the game is telling us, hey, go back to the castle. Silver Armlet, who is the person that dropped us into the big snake fight, has kidnapped our sister. We need to go do a favor for them in exchange. And then what the intended route has you do is there's a dungeon underneath the castle where you picked up the key to Ditto Spirit. And then you go do this long underground thing and pick up a lore-related object. We're not going to do any of that. We're skipping 100% of that. And when we get to the part where she's like, oh, give me the cube, I won't have it, but they'll take it. So we're headed to what I would consider to be the longest and most technical part of the speedrun. It is the 4th Spirits Dungeon, Bow, the Plant Spirit. If somebody wants to find a way to skip, there's a single door that you need Bow to open at the very, very end of the game. And it is the only time that he is required. And if we could find a way to skip that door, a good 20 minutes of this game will be immediately erased off the speedrun. So that's like my white whale of this game. If somebody can figure that out. So the sequel is called Legend of Oasis. It is technically a prequel, but yeah, it's a prequel sequel and is absolutely fantastic. Might be a better game than this. Much longer, much harder to speedrun. Nobody played the Saturn, and that's, you know, it's a real shame because there's some very good gems on there, and Legend of Oasis is one of them. Actually don't want Ifrit punching this guy because I do more damage, but I need him in the next room. Okay, oh, get up there. I need Ifrit to start punching this thing. Okay, then get rid of him. So shade off of that. And we're gonna grab this key. The Saturn load times are not the best. That's true. That is a very valid criticism. So this guy tanking a bit. But I don't think Legend of Oasis wasn't one that was too bad. For my money, if you have to pick 3 games on the Sega Saturn to be like, hey, here's your definitive, play these to get a good experience. I would say that Legend of Oasis is one. I would say Shining Force 3 is another, and then probably Nights into Dreams. Nice. Got them both. Saving a little bit of time by not having to go to those platforms. So the conceit of this dungeon, I haven't mentioned it, is there's all these bonfires and torch sconces and stuff that you see I've been throwing bombs at and lighting on fire. So in order to get to the final boss room at the end, there's a total of like 28? I might be wrong on the number. There's a lot of fires that you need to light. You need to light them all and then it'll open up. And so that's the reason that this dungeon is so long and technical, is that there's a lot of stuff to memorize, and the routing is pretty important to determining... Oh my gosh, I cannot control the spirit! How you go through the dungeon is going to determine a big chunk of your run's time. Yeah, I would say Panzer Dragoon is probably better than Nights into Dreams, but I really love Nights. And yeah, so the game is called Beyond Oasis here in Europe and other territories. It was known as Story of Thor. So if you haven't heard of Beyond Oasis, but you have heard of Story of Thor, that's why. And the sequel is called Story of Thor 2, which is confusing to me because this one comes after that one in the timeline. Oh no! Interesting. I missed that jump a little bit. So I picked up an elixir at the very beginning of the game, the first dungeon, if you recall, and I said I was going to be using it about 2/3 of the way through the game. We're about to be using it pretty soon. I say pretty soon. We've still got 4 or 5 rooms of this dungeon before. Summon the Freak here. Gotta take him up a little bit, send him across here. I did not. He went too high up. Okay. So we're gonna use that. So what I was trying to do, send him over to this stone here. These things can only be broken by fire damage. Every time I hit my mode button, it's also my advance my save state button. So if you notice on the bottom corner, it keeps saying save slot changed. It's my mode button, which I use all the time in this game. I'm gonna try a pretty neat skip here. If it doesn't work, then we will do the intended route. But the game having a pseudo 3D Z-axis, you can do some fun little skips. That one was too far to the right. Okay, and there we go. So intended, you're supposed to summon Ditto and use her to put out the fire. That's not the button combo I meant to hit. Instead, we'll jump over it. More bomb jumps. Yay! These zombie things can be really, really frustrating. If you kill them with normal physical damage, about half the time they'll split in half and the top of their torso will still be alive and crawling on the ground and jumping at you. It was honestly very distressing and disturbing as a kid, but they just die in one hit to fire damage. So I let Ifrit handle it. They do have a pretty high chance to drop fungus items when they die, which are HP and SP heals. I didn't get any luck there though. 0 drops. We are almost done with this dungeon. Whole lot to do, whole lot to keep in mind, but we've made it. We've made it. Okay, we've got 3 more torches to light, if I've done my math correctly. So in this treasure chest here, there's onyx, as you can see. That is the upgrade for shade. We don't pick any of them up. I am doing this on purpose in case that was not obvious. I want to get to low health. Listen to this beeping. Oh, I messed up my run there. Nice, we got the early cycle. Check our HP value, we're at 36, so that puts us at 16. That's the last torch. That puts us at 11. 6. 1. Yep, 1. Just double check. So, that elixir that I talked about at the beginning of the game, I'm going to apparently waste it. I've never done that before. Interesting. So what's supposed to happen? You're supposed to die, go through here, and then this boss doesn't activate. But we messed up. We're gonna do the hardest boss in the game with no weapons. Wish me luck. Okay, do that. I'm pretty confident that I've got this. It's just, I was wanting to show off a cool trick. What can you do? That's the marathon luck for you. Easy peasy. We're doing it live. Just how I meant to do it. So yeah, what happens is if you die at the same frame that you go through a teleporter, which I was off on my aiming of the bomb for whatever reason, you'll be put into a state where Ollie has 0 HP and 0 SP, and so the boss just never activates, but you can still hurt him. And then you can hurt yourself on those spikes in that room, which then activates the elixir that we accidentally used on the bomb. Oh, I missed my jump. This is not a boss you want to mess up on. I mean, none of this run is anything you want to mess up on. It's all pretty tight in execution. So the real boss here is not these green things. It is not the wizard that you see casting. It is the orb that the wizard is standing on. Or sitting on. Meditating over? Whatever he's doing. We're actually out to kill the orb. There we go. And we got a fourth spirit, who, if I had my way, we would never even see in the speedrun. And I'll point out that door. Awesome. So he can bite, he can teleport around, and he can lag the game so bad that I don't know why you would ever use that ability. Like, it technically is supposed to do something, but I don't even know that it, like, slows the enemies or anything. It just lags the game as far as I can tell. Cool. So, like I was saying, we're supposed to do a dungeon, after this actually, you're supposed to go into the dungeon underneath the castle, grab a lore item, it's called the large cube, and then, yeah, spend probably 25-30 minutes in there. Instead, we're going to take advantage of this cool out-of-bounds glitch again, and we're going to go straight to the last 2 dungeons of the game. We're in it. We're in it. We're going. We're zooming. Always jump upstairs because Ollie's movement speed on stairs is atrocious. Right, I guess the lag slows them down, but it slows you down too. So. Use this right here. One of the only times that you actually need shade as well. Fortunately, I don't think there's any possible way to beat the game without him. Jump a little bit closer for the cutscene. Hey, person that I've seen one time instead of like 4 that I'm supposed to. Sure, take that item I totally had. And we get a necklace that I don't think we ever really get to take advantage of, because I think it only works in outside zones, and we're never going to be outside again. Alright, let's do another safety save. I'll grab a bomb here so we can summon our pal. We're going to corral every one of these bad guys into a small little zone of smiting. Ooh, an orange. Make sure you take your oranges. You don't want a scurvy. Hopefully we can do a cool skip here. Nice, we got it. Just hop over those. Back to summon Ditto here for a couple of heals. And then we get a freak back, if we do it right. We're going to be doing quite a bit of combat in this dungeon. Another big part of this speedrun is just really nailing down the combat, which moves do the most damage to what enemies, what iframes you've got. Like, these little turrets are quite frustrating if you let them just like shoot at you. They'll stun lock you for days. I like when the bomb guys blow their own buddies up. You've been a big help. Alright, you're useless. That's on me. There's a fun little mini game. I sort of got started to mention it. Oh, let me go. This isn't Tremors. These things always remind me of that movie. Oh my god, twice. There's a little mini game. It's like a racetrack. It's hidden inside of a cliff that you have to blow up, where you can race Ifrit around this loop for different prizes, one of which is an infinite fire bow. I do have 2 underscores under my name, yes. Which it doesn't show on the restream there, so sorry if that is confusing. Alright, this is actually vitally important, so just for marathon safety, I am doing a save state. The entire dungeon needs to be redone if I fuck this up, and I don't want to go that far over estimate. So 1 bomb jump down. Awesome. Cool. Alright, so that bomb jump not only got us over those fires, I need to stop messing this up. It has set us up on a Z plane in which we can do some funky stuff here. Normally, this key is on a plane in which you can only pick it up if you come into that room from the right-hand side, which we did not do. The bomb jump is what enables that to actually work. So yeah, if we messed that up, the whole dungeon would have had to have been restarted. I didn't really want to do that. So, save state crisis averted. So I guess I'm gonna... We'll take this a little bit slow. Ideally, you want that bomb guy to throw bombs at this thing and blow it up. He did not want to cooperate, so we'll do it this way. Luckily, there's a bow gem here we can summon him off of. Cool. So this green door here, you have to have Bao bite it and eat it like that. This one is possible to get around without using Bao. We can do some Z-level shenanigans here as well. But that is one of the 2 of those doors that we'll go through in the speedrun. And the second one, if we can find a way around it, the entire forest dungeon gets cut out of the run, 15-20 minute chunk, and a lot less to remember too, so... People, speedrun this game, figure it out. I'm sure you'll have better luck than me. Sending him up there to trigger this door to get opened early. Grab our bow call that we're going to use at the last boss. Come on, guy. No, no way. And a mushroom for healing. More big group fight. And a sword. Oh, I fell. It is possible. We're going to do one more shot. Yes, nice. This level is a major pain in the butt, but I'm about to show something off really neat. If you have not seen it before, maybe this will make this level a little bit easier for you. You grab a hyper bomb, you come in here, you hold down and attack during the transition. Ollie's going to throw a hyper bomb, and it is going to hit me, and it is going to toggle my iframes from always off to always on. And now this boss fight that is... Oh my gosh, is this boss fight a nightmare? Now I can't be hurt. It's still going to be frustrating from an RNG perspective, because if he decides he wants to do that little gravity well attack, or he wants to do his laser beam over and over again, it could either be a 30-second fight, or it could be a 90-second fight, or it could be a 200-second fight. If he decides that he's keeping you here, he's keeping you here. You cannot hurt him during that attack. His iframes don't go away for long enough to actually hit him when he does the little black thing, so it's just all around like you're at the mercy of the game at this point. We don't worry about these meteors. Casually, this fight is a nightmare. Those meteors coming down as laser beams. Oh, that's not for me. Let some boulders drop. Stay safe, or stay still, they will not hurt you. Try and run, you're gonna take a hit like I usually do. And we're at the last dungeon of the game. We made it, guys. We're here. Gotta kill this green gargoyle and all these little fuzz balls to get the next key that we need. Nice, got some fromage. Spikes do some major damage to them. I'm not sure exactly why, but it tends to like kill them in one hit, which is pretty cool. Let me heal up. Oh, don't knock the spikes. We're gonna do some fun, out of bounds shenanigans again here. Ow. Take my own advice and get hit by him. Oh my god. I'm just gonna kill this guy. He knows what he did. Make sure we flip this switch again. We do end up skipping a vast majority of this dungeon as well. There's a lot of cool stuff to explore. Oh, button wasn't on the screen, I think. Okay, well, I give up on that. Normally I have one shot of the fire bow left here and not this metal bow. I guess the metal bow shoots a lot further than the fire bow. We'll just do it the slow way. I say slow, it takes like 2 seconds. So this red key is supposed to open up a door that lets you into another place to pick up another red key to get into the castle. But we're just going to use it to get into the castle. Shade. We're going to grab our hyper bombs. One more bomb jump for good measure. Unless we get hit by a spark right as it's about to blow up. One more bomb jump for good measure. And a safety save, because this is one of the places where doing the out-of-bounds shenanigans can soft lock you. It wasn't entirely a soft lock, but that, oh my gosh, is what I was talking about. There we go, that's the soft lock. Alright, we're gonna soft reset. There we go. dangerous with these little sparks, so we're gonna crouch because I can't hit you while you're crouched. Alright. Yeah, that looks normal, right? Sprites are supposed to be stacked like that. Cool, cool, cool. That's all good. That's what we want to see. That's my favorite sound effect ever. I might have fucked this up. Yep, I'm gonna have to reset. I went slightly too far on my... too far down, and so my Z levels changed. Alright, we'll do a safety save up in this room, just... okay, just in case. This is not an easy jump to make. There we go. And then we skip this red door, so the red key that I have, I can actually use inside. I'm going to take an intentional game over here, because it's going to be a lot quicker to heal up, and it just puts me right back here. Look at that, we're at full health. And this section of the dungeon is very similar to Bao's dungeon, where we're lighting up bonfires and torches. We've got a bunch of torch puzzles to solve. Grab a freet. I'm gonna light these torches. My last 2 bombs. How serendipitous. I'm going to try to do a skip where I direct a freet around the room. It might not work. I might have to do this the slow way. Nice, we got it. We got it. Oh, get up there. Get up. Okay. Oh, I think I messed that up. Yeah, he didn't hit the switch. Okay, we'll try that again. So the intended route is you're going to go through a bunch of this dungeon up here, and then you drop from above onto the switch on the right up top. But we're going to glitch out with Ifrit's hitbox and just get it early. So let's just get the blue key before we ever see the blue door, which normally you have to go up to that blue door to get out here. There is a spot in this next room where you can do a really fancy bomb jump and skip from this middle platform to the place that we're going, but I've failed it every time I've tried it lately, so we're gonna jump around the room. It takes a little bit longer. Oh, that spark is badly placed. Missed one cycle. Okay, I'm gonna deal with these sparks just so they don't mess with me. Yeah, you can skip that whole room by doing a bomb jump, but I wasn't gonna risk it because I've not had good luck with it. That switch. Blue key. Thank you, Freet. Gonna wait for just a second for our SP to refill because we're gonna need shade to be at full here. This is one of the more stressful rooms in the speedrun for me. There's an enemy type that doesn't hurt Ali physically, but will drain the SP out of your summoned spirit extremely quickly. It's this little ghost guy here. And if you don't deal with him, he will just immediately kill, like, unsummon your spirit. Because he drains it so fast. Since we're at level 1, we have no bonus SP or HP at all. It instantly just... oh, bad timing, Shade. Bad timing. Alright, so coming up here, this is the door. This is... we need Bao to get through here, and nothing anybody has attempted for messing with Z levels or other entrances. None of it has worked. We have yet to find a way to get through this door without having Bao. So, if you can figure it out, world record is yours. It's free. We are about to start the last 2 fights of the game. Wish me luck. Could do this gauntlet. Instead, I'm just gonna walk on through. Story, story, story. Yes. See if we can bait this. Yeah, there we go. Get this guy to kill his friends for us. Come on, do another charge, but actually into the bad guys this time. No? That's fine. He hit him once. That was a good... make sure I heal. I did not realize how close I was. This little raptor enemy is probably the most dangerous in the game, and so it kind of sucks when Silver Knight doesn't kill him. Alright, let's hope I don't screw this up. I really want to get her into this corner. Perfect. If you do not get her stun locked like this, she'll start summoning like a whole bunch of bad guys, and it can get out of hand real fast. You won. I did. Alright, so now we're going on to the final boss of the game, Agito, who is the creator of both the gold and silver armlets, but has been corrupted by his own evil. Look at this beautiful man thing. Question mark. Stuff shade on because I'm an idiot. So ideally, you hit these tentacles a couple of times, then let Bao finish them off, so that as soon as this guy's invincibility wears off, you can get some hits in on him. When the tentacles are alive, he cannot take damage. Our sword is also out. Don't breathe fire, man. Broadsword. And that's time. That's the game. We made it. It took me... I don't know. I didn't start my timer because I was watching the cutscene. So I actually have no idea how long that run was, but it was pretty good. I haven't practiced it in a while, but I was asked like last minute if I wanted to do this. And I was like, hell yeah, I want to do this. I love this game. Any opportunity to show this off, I relish. Fantastic game. We did not see a good portion of it. There's at least 3 entire dungeons that we just skipped, and big chunks of the dungeons we did, you didn't get to see either. So I, again, recommend you check it out for yourself. Emulation is a thing, but even if you don't want to do that, it's on Steam. There's the Sega Genesis Classics. It's one of those. So, yeah. Maybe I'll do a 100% run next time. That'd be cool. I want to say a big thank you to the SegaCrew for reaching out and giving me this opportunity, because you guys are awesome. I love what you do. And thanks. I guess that's it from me. There's some credits and some cutscenes and stuff if you want to let it watch. Roll for a little bit.